Hello children, today we are going to see chapter 11, that is transportation in animals and plants. Okay, so today in this video we are going to see about circulatory system in humans. Okay, so our body consists of various organ system. Yes, the organ system work in coordination with each other. Yes. Human body consists of various organ, and these organ systems will coordinate each other for their work, yes, for the smooth functioning of the body. One of the system present in our body, one of the organ system present in our body is circulatory system. Okay, so which comprises of heart, blood and blood vessels. Okay children, so circulatory system means you should remember our heart, blood and blood vessels. And blood is called as circulatory fluid which transports digested food and oxygen to all cells of the body. Okay, so blood is the circulatory fluid. It will be circulating throughout our body and transport digested food. So digestion will take place in small intestine. Yes? So from there food will be transported to different parts of the body with the help of circulatory fluid called blood. Okay children. Not only that, we are respiring oxygen with the help of lungs. Yes, so after respiration or after breathing in oxygen, these have to be taken to all cells of the body, isn't it children? So this also done by the blood. Okay, so blood is the circulatory fluid that transport oxygen, digested food and to all the cells of the body. Okay, so circulatory system consists of blood, heart and blood vessels, and circulatory system help to transport oxygen as well as food, water and minerals to all parts of the body. Yes. Now, waste in our body, due to life activity, it will eliminate waste. Yes, so waste like carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, it is the gas which is breathed out during respiration. Yes, so we are breathing in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. So waste like carbon dioxide and urea also removed from the body with the help of circulatory system. Okay children, so circulatory system help to transport oxygen as well as digested food, water and minerals to all parts of the body. Not only that, it will eliminate waste like carbon dioxide and urea from the body with the help of circulatory system. Now, in unicellular organism, how the transportation of materials will take place. In unicellular organism, example for unicellular organism are amoeba and paramecium. Okay children, so example for unicellular organisms are amoeba and paramecium. So, in unicellular organism, what is meant by unicellular organism children? The organism which contains single cell. Okay, the organism which contains single cell is called unicellular organisms. So, in unicellular organism like amoeba, paramecium, materials will move from one body part to other body part by diffusion process. Okay, diffusion process. So what is meant by diffusion? It is the movement of materials from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. That is called diffusion, which is a slow process. So in unicellular organism like amoeba, paramecium, materials move by diffusion process, which is a slow process. So, in human being and animals, circulatory system help to transport materials. Okay, so in human being and animals, circulatory system helps in the transport of materials. In plants, so what about in plants? In plants, conducting tissues. So conducting tissues are there. So there are two conducting tissues in plants. They are xylem and phloem, which you will study in this chapter. Okay, so first we will study about transportation in animals, then we will move to transportation in plants. Okay, so in plants there is a conductive tissues which help to transport water, minerals and food. Okay children, so this is introduction about this chapter. Now let's move to the circulatory system in humans. So the circulatory system in human consists of heart, blood and blood vessels. Okay, so when we are remembering about circulatory system, these three words should come in your mind. What are the organs? Heart, blood, blood vessels. Okay children, so blood vessels have three types. Okay, there are three types of blood vessels. They are arteries, veins, capillaries. Okay, so circulatory system in human involves organs such as heart, blood, blood vessels, and blood vessels are three types. They are arteries, veins and capillaries. Understood children? Now let's move to learn about blood. So this is the circulatory system diagram in which heart, blood and blood vessels involved in the circulatory function. And now let's move to the topic blood. So blood is the circulatory fluid. Already I have told in introduction part as. So what is the color of blood children? It is the red colored fluid. Okay, so what is the color of blood? Red color, which flows in blood vessels. How it is passed in blood vessels? Okay, so what is the function of blood? It transports digested food from the small intestine to other parts of the body. Okay, so this is the function of blood. Blood transport digested food from the small intestine to other parts of the body. So the food which get digested in small intestine is transported to other parts of the body with the help of blood. Not only that, blood transport oxygen from lungs to cells of the body. Okay, so transport oxygen from lungs to all the cells of the body. Then it transport carbon dioxide from the cells to lungs. Okay, so I told that it helps to remove carbon dioxide which has to be breathed out from our body. So it helps to transport carbon dioxide from the cells to lungs, and from the lungs it reach the nose, and which will be eliminated with the help of our nose. Okay. Then blood also transport excretory material from the tissues to the kidneys. Okay, so kidney is the filtration unit. So excretory material means waste material from the tissue will be transported to the kidneys with the help of blood. Okay, so these are the function of blood. Blood is a now once again we can see what is the color of blood. Red color. It flows in blood vessels. It transport digested food, transport oxygen from lungs to cells, transport carbon dioxide from the cells to lungs, and also transport excretory material from the tissues to the kidneys. Now let's see about the component of the blood. So what are the components present in the blood? Blood is a special tissue. Okay, it is a special tissue which consists of plasma, blood cells. Okay, so what are the two components present in the blood? Plasma and blood cells. So plasma contain two parts, that is serum and protein. Okay, so plasma and blood cells are the two components of blood, in which plasma contains serum and protein. Blood cells are erythrocytes. Erythrocytes is also called as red blood corpuscles, that is RBC. Okay, so erythrocytes is also called as red blood corpuscles. WBC means white blood corpuscles. Then third type of blood cells is platelets. Okay, so these are three types of blood cells present in our blood. Okay, so the components of blood are plasma and blood cells. In plasma there is two part, they are serum and protein. And blood cell is divided into three types. They are erythrocytes, WBC and platelets. In this, erythrocytes is also called as red blood corpuscles. WBC is also called as leukocytes and platelets. Okay, so third type is platelets. Now let's see briefly about the components of blood. So here you can see the diagrammatical representation structure of blood. So the blood consists of two parts. What are they? Plasma and red blood cells. So red blood cells, blood cells. Yes. So blood cells consist of three types. What are they? Red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Okay. About 4% is white blood cells and platelets. 41% is what? Red blood cells. Okay, and remaining 55% is plasma. So plasma contain what? Serum and other proteins. Now components of blood. First one is plasma. So what is meant by plasma? It is the fluid part of the blood that is composed of water, proteins and lipids. Okay, so plasma is the fluid part of blood which consists of water, proteins and lipids. Then RBCs. What is meant by RBCs? Red blood corpuscles. So biconcave cells. So you can see in the picture itself, it is having the biconcave shape. Okay, so what is the shape of RBC? Biconcave. Red colored pigment. Okay, it contains red colored pigment called hemoglobin. Okay, so the red colored pigment present in the RBC is called as hemoglobin, which gives blood its red color. Okay, so the red blood cells shape is biconcave cells and it has a red colored pigment called hemoglobin which gives blood its red color. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin. So what is the meaning of bind? It will combine with oxygen. Okay, so hemoglobin combines with oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin and transport oxygen to all parts of the body. Okay, so hemoglobin combines with oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin and transport oxygen to all parts of the body. Understood, children? So plasma, it is the fluid part of the blood. It is composed of water, proteins and lipids. Then red blood corpuscle, it is a biconcave cells which is red color, which contain red colored pigment called hemoglobin. So what is the red colored pigment present in RBC, children? Hemoglobin, which gives red color to the blood. Then hemoglobin combine with oxygen and form oxyhemoglobin, which transport oxygen to all parts of the body. Now WBCs. WBCs means white blood corpuscles. So what is the shape of WBC? Irregular shape. It is colorless. It is bigger than RBCs. It will give protection against disease. Okay, so this is the function of WBCs. WBC will give protection against disease. Next one is platelets. Platelets is present in the form of cell fragments. So they are cell fragments which help in the clotting of blood. Okay, so Platelets are cell fragments which helps in clotting of blood. These platelets release various substance to stop bleeding at the site of the wound. Okay, so it will release some substance to stop bleeding at the site of the wound. Here you can see the structure of blood. So red blood cell is biconcave cells and biconcave shape, and white blood cell is white in color, and platelets is in the form of cell fragment which will help in the clotting of blood. It will release various substance to stop bleeding at the site of wound. So you know, when there is a wound, blood will oozes out from our wound. Yes, so the blood or the bleeding will be stopped with the help of the platelet. Now blood vessels. Okay, so first we have studied about blood. Now we are going to learn the circulatory organ system, that is blood vessel. So what is meant by blood vessels? Blood vessels are long tube like pipes, okay, through which the blood flows in the body. Okay, so blood flows in the body through a long tube like pipes called blood vessels. So blood vessels means it is a tube like pipes, okay, through which the blood flows in the body. There are following types of blood vessels. They are arteries, veins and capillaries. Okay, so what are the types of blood vessels? Arteries, veins, capillaries. So now we know that blood vessels are the tube-like pipes through which the blood will flow, and there are three types of blood vessels. They are arteries, veins and capillaries. Here you can see the diagrammatical presentation of artery, capillaries and vein. So this is the artery and this is the capillary, and here you can see the vein. Now let's learn about first arteries. So what is the function of arteries? So arteries will carry oxygenated blood away from the heart. So now when the oxygen reaches the heart, the blood present in the heart will be rich with oxygen. That is called oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means blood which is rich with oxygen. So artery's function is it has to carry oxygenated blood away from the heart. So from the heart it carries oxygenated blood to all parts. That is the function of arteries. So arteries are deep seated and have thick elastic walls. Okay, so arteries are deep seated and have thick elastic walls, and walls are absent. Pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery is the artery which carries deoxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. Okay, so oxygenated blood can be carried by the arteries, and pulmonary artery is the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood. That means deoxygenated blood means impure blood from the lungs to the heart. Deoxygenated blood means which doesn't contain oxygen. Okay, deoxygenated. So blood which doesn't contain oxygen is called as deoxygenated blood. It is also called as impure blood. Okay, so pulmonary artery is the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. Now veins. Veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart from different parts of the body. So after the cell activities, they will generate the impure blood which is transported to the heart from different parts of the body. that is called by veins. Okay, so veins are the blood vessels which transport deoxygenated blood to the heart from different parts of the body. It is lying closer to the surface of the skin. Okay, it is lying closer to the surface of the skin. It have thinner walls. So the walls of the veins are thin. They have walls. And pulmonary vein is the only vein which carries oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means blood which is rich in oxygen from the lungs to the heart. Okay, so veins, all the other veins will transport deoxygenated blood to the heart from different parts of the body. But pulmonary vein is the only vein which carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. Now about capillaries. So what is meant by capillaries? These thin-walled blood vessels which connect arteries to veins. So you have seen in the picture, capillaries are the thin-walled blood vessels which is connecting arteries to the veins. And what is the function of capillaries? It helps to distribute oxygenated blood from arteries to organs and deoxygenated blood from organs to veins. Okay, so it will act as a bridge between artery and veins. Okay, so it helps to distribute the oxygenated blood from arteries to organs. You know, arteries will transport oxygenated blood from the heart to all other organs. So through capillaries, oxygenated blood will be distributed from arteries to organs. Okay, and in the same time it also transport deoxygenated blood from organs to veins. Okay, so this is the function of capillaries. So capillaries is the blood vessel which is a thin-walled blood vessel which connect arteries and vein. Okay, so this is act as a bridge between arteries and vein. So it helps to distribute oxygenated blood from arteries to organs and deoxygenated blood from organs to veins. So this is the function of capillaries. So I hope that you all understand about blood, components of blood, such as plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and about blood vessels. So in this video we have finished the circulatory, two parts of circulatory system, that is blood and blood vessel. In the next video we can see about heart, the pumping organ of the body. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask children. Thank you.